Alright, what's up guys? Goob here. So today I wanted to cover my APOC 3.3. I recently recorded it about a week ago when it first dropped, but there was no sound. I was going through and editing that down today finally, and I realized I have no sound on it. So here I am going back through APOC 3.3. So that's why you see here, gain 4,000 points and such like that. But anyways, let's get into this. So the first team that I'm going to be using for Cocolia here is Castor's team. Castor's, Triby, Hyacinth, and Remembrance MC. And then for Kafka here, I'm going to be using Super Break Rappa. So these are the two teams that I used when I initially cleared it. So you're gonna get to see that. So I'll include builds also at the end of the video. So, but anyway, let's get into it. There's not really much that's changed about these two bosses. Really, the only difference would be the amount of health that they have. So, and the mechanic, like I said, mechanics are basically the same. So, anyway, let's get into it. Use Tribute. Oh, I don't know why I used cast skill, but oh well. End it with cast. Alright, ignore that. Game just loading a little slow. Oh my god. Alright, so we're gonna start it off. Use one blast, swipe. So that way we can get the true damage buff from them. Right. Use this. And then we're gonna use Trivial for Dance Dance Dance. Bring everybody forward. Use skill on Hyacinth, summon Noika. Right. Then I'll use my ult here. I think I might have to yeah, I was gonna say basic attack there. That's gonna mess all the rotation up, but oh my god. Oh well. Right. Threading Hyacinth, that works. I was hoping they wouldn't freeze Triby, but I guess that works. That's fine. Right. Skill here. Alright, and then we do this. She's so low. So close to being okay. That actually might work better, because now I can ult again with Cass, and then use full dragon here, and this is going to get her even lower than what it would have been if I hadn't broke her before. And I'll use this. Alright, and then I'll basic with Triby, Mem. I'll E with Cass. Alright. Oh yeah, I should ult here with Remembrance MC. Bam. Do that. Bam. E here. Use my last stack for Noika. This isn't my best run, but it's working so far. Oh, I should have skilled with them. Oh, why didn't I do that? Okay. Oh. Yeah, that works. I got the skill there. I'll ult here. For Dance Dance Dance. And then hopefully this... Okay. Actually, that might have been smart, because now I'll have Cass ult here going into second phase. Okay. Okay, I'll E here for some health. Okay. Okay. Oh, should I E again? Oh, that's the question. Or should I ult here? Oh, I definitely ult here now. Okay. Honestly, I might break these ice swords. Use that. Right. I'm gonna finish up her ult here. Basic. But that doesn't freeze Tribby? Okay. That makes sense. She got froze earlier. Right, not basic with. Oh, okay. We should be good. It's not gonna do too much damage. Yeah, I'll get my ult immediately back too. Oh, that's some big damage right there. Okay, okay. Heal. Alright, that should end it. Not my best run, not as good as my previous clear that I had, but it works. Yeah. Yeah, and I apologize too, that's super laggy for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just when I use Cash, she like kills my game. Watch, we're gonna go into the next phase with Kafka and my Rappa team, and it's gonna be totally fine. Like, I don't understand. Oh, but yeah, I didn't cover over that afterwards, I guess. What buff I chose for each side, but yeah. Alright, use all my skills there. Right. And what I'm gonna do here, instead of Fugue buffing Rappa, I'm gonna use her to buff Linksha. I know a lot of people are gonna see that and be like, what is he doing? But trust. The idea here is that my Linksha is 160 speed, so she can instantly kind of blow through when it comes to breaking a lot of these guys. Alright. Let's Rappa skill. See, look, I already almost have both bosses broken. Alright, I'm gonna do this too. So that way I can get more stacks for Rappa. Rappa's got 8 stacks right now. She's gonna absolutely nuke these two guys. Yeah, nuked. And then that brings up this. Bam. Absolute nuke of damage there. I'm gonna save my ults here, but I'll use a Rappa ult just to speed this up. Oh, I should have waited. Yeah, I'm gonna save these ults for the next phase. Because Rappa should be able to finish it here. Ooh, so close. There we go. And I'm gonna do this. And then do this. And we should be close to breaking them. Ooh, okay, broke the dino on the right. Right. Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about Linksha and Gallagher. But in my opinion, Lingsha is so much better. My Gallagher can never do what Lingsha's doing right now. At least on this team. She's like irreplaceable to me. Right. Like, I loved using Gallagher when I first got him. I have him E6 and everything. I used to have him built until I got Lingsha, but again, like I said, Lingsha is just so much better. Alright, get that going. Bam, bam, bam. Use this on Lingsha. Use my ult here. I should have waited. Bunny was so close to being used. But that's gonna kill everything. I'm gonna actually do this and then this. Hopefully break Kafka here, and then I'll get more stacks for Rappa, and Rappa should be able just to finish this. No way. No way. It leaves her at 1 HP. It's actually so frustrating. But yeah, we got 7,224 points. So nothing crazy, but pretty good. But yeah. All right, but yeah, I'll also cover the buffs that I chose here. So what do we have? Let me see, what did I choose? So for my cast team, I chose the Call of Dawn. Increases Memo Sprite weakness, break efficiency by 50%. Ignores 20% of the target's defense when Memo Sprites deal damage. Since I'm using a lot of, you know, Memo Sprite users, or Remembrance at least, I figured it'd be good for that. So, and then on the other side, with my Rappa team, you know, I'm doing obviously Super Break, so anything that can buff break damage increases all enemies' break damage taken by 10%. After breaking an enemy's weakness, increases all ally speed by 20% for 2 turns. Rhyme Piercer, so that's the one I went for. But yeah, that is my APOC 3.3, and then here, okay, I should have just went back into this. But yeah, here are the builds. So for the cast team, we have HP, we have around 9,000, speed 87, and then around a 60 to 160 crit ratio here. So and then of course I have her signature light cone. Traces are all maxed. Relics, I am using the Poet of Morning Collapse 4-piece, and that's of course why her speed is so low, to get those extra stacks of crit rate. So realistically, I have around 88 crit rate when it comes to entering battle. And then of course the Bones Collection Serene I'll stop there, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but anyway. And then for Tribi, I have, you know, 5,000 HP, and then the speed, of course, because I'm running Poet of Morning Collapse 103, crit rate is 70, and crit damage is 169. And then I have Dance 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 on her, and then of course Traces all maxed out. And like I said, I have Poet of Morning Collapse and Bone Collection, and then she is E0 as well. And I have Hyacinth here, around 4.5k HP with 193 speed. I know I need to get her up to 200. I've been trying relic farming for these past few days, but my relic luck sucks, so RNG is not kind to me. I used to have her up to around like 230 crit damage, but I dropped it off, you know, in return for some speed that I've been trying to get on substats. So then of course I have the Herda Simulated Universe Light Cone on her, and it's S3 right now. So I'm not gonna pull for her signature light cone, so this is kind of the second best option. And then we have here, her traces are not all maxed out. I have her skill, her ult, and then her basic attack to still max out. So then I have on her the Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder, a new set that came out in this last patch, and then the giant tree of wrapped brooding. So, and then for Remembrance MC, I have her at 161 speed and then 224 crit damage. So, and then I have Victory in a Blink, the MOC shop Lycone, and then I have almost all her traces maxed out beside her E and then her talent. And then I have on her two-piece speed set and then another two-piece speed set so that I can get that 160 speed. And then I have Luke Shaka on her as well. And then of course E6. Alright, and then let's move on to the Rappa team. Rappa has been my pride and joy since she launched and I pulled her. So I have put a lot of time into building her. But yeah, here's the build so far. I have 3.5k attack, 139 speed, and then I have over 250 break effect. So, and then of course I have her signature light cone. I have all her talents maxed out. I have Talia on her in Iron Cavalry, just for that extra break effect. And then of course on Cavalry, you have over 250 break effect. You also ignore, 15% of their defense alongside the 10% at 150. But yeah, and then I have her E0, and then Ruan Mei here. I have her at 4k HP, 147 speed, 240 break effect. And then I have her light cone, her signature. And then as for traces, she's maxed out. And then I have Thief, a shooting meteor, and the messenger hacker space set. So two-piece and a two-piece. And then Talia on her, of course, for the extra break effect. And she is E1. So her E1 giving the allies to ignore 20% of defense after her ult is deployed. So, and then Fugue here has 151 speed and 180 break effect. And then I also have on her Resolution Shines as Pearls of Sweat, so she's inflicting that defense shred onto enemies when she uses her basics. And then of course traces are maxed out. And then we have Forge on her, since she is of course a fire unit. And then Iron Cavalry 2 as well. And she's E0. And then for Linksha here, I have her around 2k attack, and then around 4.8k HP, 160 speed of course, and then of course I have her around 200 break effect. And then I have on her on the MOC Abundance Light Cone, What Is Real, granting her an extra 48% break effect due to it being S5. Her traces are all maxed out. And then I have on her Forge, and then Iron Cavalry, of course. And I also have on a two-piece set with the Iron Cavalry to give her more speed. So, yeah. So, high-speed characters, like 151 here. And Fugue goes up to basically around 160 due to Ruan Mei's talents. So, but yeah, those are the builds that I used to clear Apoc 3.3. If you have any other questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.